Why does your ending matter as much as your opening? It's due to the psychological effects of something called primacy and recency. First and last. See, people tend to remember the first thing they hear. They use the primacy effect to hook the audience early. At the same time, people tend to remember the last thing they hear. So use the recency effect to leave them with a clear, impactful conclusion. And yet, most presenters rush through to the ending. I heard someone say yesterday, well, that's all I have to say about this subject. Another time I heard a best-selling novelist say, my time's up. Thank you for listening to me, as she walked off the stage. Her topic was fascinating, but sadly she failed to bring the audience in for a smooth landing. See, last impressions stick. So let's look at 5 ways to end the right way. Number 1, the call to action. Don't just inform, inspire action. The best presentations bring about change. Be clear, direct, and specific. Tell your audience exactly what you want them to do or think next. I close my signature talk with the following statement. You can change the world with the power of your words, and you can start to speak your truth right now. Be explicit in your call to action. At the end of my workshops, I may say, write down 3 things you will do immediately to improve your next presentation using the skills you learned today. The physical act of writing makes that lesson stick. Number 2, craft a purposeful summary. Connect the dots between your premise and your supporting facts. Reignite interest by restating your big idea with fresh, energized language. Here's a pro tip. Use the 3-2-1 method. 3 key points you covered, 2 reasons they matter, and 1 call to action to move them forward like I mentioned earlier. For instance, we explored why public speaking is a leadership essential. We looked at how clear communication builds trust and drives action. Why does it matter? Because leaders don't just have ideas. They must express them with impact. The takeaway? To lead, you must learn to speak so others will follow. Get it? Number 3, the third technique is to close with a quotation. A short and punchy quote that reinforces your key message. For example, as Maya Angelou said, people will forget what you said, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. Number 4, the vision statement. Paint a picture of what's possible. Inspire their imagination. If your opening hook was the question like, what if you could speak with ease and confidence anytime, anywhere? You could close with optimism and positivity. For example, imagine a world where leaders consistently speak with truth and courage. That world starts with you. Number 5, the 1-line mic drop moment. Create a memorable line or 2 that delivers your message in a sticky nutshell. Make it bold and emotionally resonant. Here's one of my favorites. A leader's voice is not an echo, it's a spark. One that lights minds, moves hearts, and dares others to speak their truth. After the mic drop line, make sure to pause. Let it sink in before you say, thank you. Now let's look at what not to do to close a speech or presentation. Don't let your voice trail off and become a monotone. Boost your landing gear instead. Don't rush off the stage. Take in the applause before you exit. Don't exceed your time limit. It's a no-no. And have an anxious host hovering near the podium. Here's another pro tip. Rehearse your closing as much as your opening. Know your final words by heart to secure a strong takeoff and landing. Now here's the closing technique that TEDx speakers use. I love to use this myself. It's called the callback or the bookend story. See, you open with a personal story, then you return to it at the end to show growth, learning, or transformation. It creates an emotional payoff and an audience connection. For instance, when I open with my story of overcoming childhood stuttering, I often close with a callback that goes like this. My stutter was my biggest obstacle in my speaking career. The 7-year-old girl who lived in fear of ridicule became a recognized and influential speaker. And you can too. So if you want to make a lasting impression, don't just end your speech. Bring it in for a smooth and memorable landing to match your energetic opening takeoff. Elevate your talk with words to inspire, persuade, and move your audience. If you liked this video, there are many more on my channel. So subscribe, like, and comment. Read the video notes below for additional resources to make your presentation closings satisfying and unforgettable. And as always, thank you for watching.